Hi guys, welcome to Gemma B Makes. I'm Gemma and this is my crafty podcast where I talk about all the things that I've been making. I tend to talk about knitting, spinning, crochet, sewing, anything else that takes my fancy. I am really excited to be sat here right now talking to you guys. It has been so long since I've been able to share all the things that I've been doing, but I am sat right now in my own house all by myself. There's no one else in it. David has gone to work, Edward's at school, and James has started nursery, so this is his first full week doing Mondays and Tuesdays at nursery. So I'm here. I get to sit and I get to spend some time with you guys and tell you all about what I've been making. Now, it's been such a while since I actually got to sit down and talk to you guys that I have got lots and lots to show you. So grab yourself a cup of tea and I'm going to tell you all about all the things that I have been making. To start with, I am wearing my first FR. So this is the Zweig by Caitlin Hunter. I have knit this particular one in Hey Sister Yarn Co. in the Drizzle, and this is my leftovers from Beehive Yarns, and that is the Sandpiper colour, and they are both on 80% superwash merino and nylon, and they're a high twist sock base, and I cannot tell you how much I love this jumper. So hopefully on screen now you'll be able to see me prancing around a little bit. I'm so ecstatic about how this jumper actually turned out. So this is the second time that I've knit the Zweig, and it fits so nice. I'm really happy with the fit. So I think the last time you guys saw this, I can't actually remember how far I'd got. Had I finished the body and I just had the sleeves to do? I really can't remember. It's been such a long time. But you've seen this before. I did the little cable stitches throughout the whole pattern and on the arms. So I finished this quite a while ago now. And I've been wearing it for a good 2 months. And there's hardly kind of any pilling. There's like a little bit of fuzz that's come around from the wear and my hair. But I'm so happy with how it's wearing. It's the most comfortable jumper that I've made to date. It's next to skin soft, it fits nice, it goes with all my clothes, saying that I have 3 pairs of jeans and that's it. So I'm really happy with it. Do you think I could say that again? But you guys have seen this before in previous episodes, so it's something that I really wanted to show you, that it's all nice and finished, and I prance around in it a lot. I've got to say, I know for a fact that I will be knitting yet another Zweig, because it's a fun pattern. I really enjoyed it. The first time I knit, I didn't put these little one by one cables in, because I was scared I was going to mess it up. But I've got to say it's probably the best decision to put them in. I love the texture that it gives. It gives it that little bit more of an interest to the jumper, and it makes it really easy to measure yourself, like when you're trying it on. And I also know that I like my sleeves 1 inch longer than the finish, and it just meant that I could count the pattern repeats rather than putting stitch markers throughout the entire thing, and yeah, just add 1 more pattern repeat, and the sleeve fits really nice. It's the perfect length for what I wanted. I must admit, the sleeve at the top here is not tight, because it's still lots of room, but it is, I'm just gonna put it down to a pandemic, little bit of weight gain rather than my knitting, because I did this before thought it was fine. No, I'm not bothered. But it's not tight. It's really, really comfortable. It just is a little bit tight around my arms. I wish there was just that little bit more room so the stitch doesn't stretch, if you get what I mean. But yeah, it's the most comfortable jumper that I've made in a long time. Saying that, I've been really happy with all my jumpers that I've made. It's just that this one's really, really wearable. I like it a lot. Talking about jumpers that I've made, do you like that segue? That's all I'm talking about. I also finished my Shifty. So I'm going to try a cheesy transition. Are you ready? Did that work? Ding ding. So this is my Shifty by Andrea Mowry. I've knit it all in hand spun scraps. So all my little scraps of hand spun. Oh my god, I'm out of breath. Transitions are hard. I'm kidding, just go have a drink. I'm just drinking Diet Coke. So yeah, Shifty by Andrea Mowry. Again, so happy with how this jumper turned out. So hopefully I am prancing around before your very eyes once again. But yeah, super duper happy with how this jumper turned out. This turned out to be a super kind of relaxed fit, super cozy winter jumper. As you can see, the sleeves turned out really big. I think in the future, I mean later today, I think I might actually take back the sleeves and re-knit them. But I think that might be a job for winter me, because this is the warmest jumper I've knit so far. Because it's like mosaic knitting, you're only ever working with one colour at a time. It's really, really simple pattern, but really, really effective. There's only knits and purls and slip stitches. That's all there is to the jumper. So if you're wanting to look for quite a simple jumper to knit that keeps your interest, I would super recommend this one. I was really impressed with it, and it works really well with the hand spun. Yeah, most of the fibre I spun is from John Arbon Textiles, but some of it is, I think there's some Adelaide Walker in here, and some of it is like Rolags that friends made me. There's a bit of Mel Brown in here. There's yeah, just all sorts of just odds, and there's one that I got from like a bargain bin from World of Wool when I went out with my spinners. So it's all my I didn't want to, yeah, it was nice to be able to use all the scraps and actually make something. And you know, I've still got a giant bag of these scraps, which is good, because I think what I'm going to do in like I said, it's a really warm jumper now, and I've kind of moved on. I finished in my head. I've finished. It's wearable. It's been nice. It's nice to cozy. It's nice to like pull your hands in and be cozy. But I do like a fitted cuff. So I'm still undecided whether I want it to be like the cozy jumper that's big and I like to snuggle in it, or if I want to take it back and I think I knit a couple of these colourwork rows and do a bigger band. I've still got lots of this brown. Well, yeah. So I don't know. I'm still undecided. It's really comfy. It's really warm. Like I said, it's like double. It's like a double thickness almost. But yeah, super duper happy with it. So that is jumper number 2. I don't think you're quite ready, but I've got jumper number 3. Are you ready? Cheesy transition time. Yes, another zweig. So yes, this is my third and final, I promise, finished object jumper. I made another zweig. I'm really, really happy with it. So again, am I prancing around in front of you? I'll tell you all about it. So the blue colour, all the big deep dark blue is my own hand dyed yarn. I picked up some undyed yarn from Yarndale maybe 1 or 2 years ago now. Definitely wasn't last year because it wasn't on. And dyed it all this navy colour. And the yoke colour is some hand spun that I did last year. I think I picked up the braid from the first Spring Into Wool online. So it was right back at the start of the first lockdown, and Spring Into Wool did an online show. So I picked up the braid from there, and I thought they went really, really well together. So the plan was originally is to make another zweig using the hand spun as the yoke. I omitted the lace detail that's usually within the yoke simply because I wanted to keep I thought it looked nice just showing off the hand spun yarn. I thought the lace would make it a little bit too busy. But once I'd finished all the colour work and I'd split for the sleeves, realised I had still quite a bit of the hand spun left, and I really didn't want to waste it, so I just put it back into the body. So there's that little bit of colour work in between, in the middle of the yoke, and then I just carried it on and finished it off, and it finished in the blue colour, so it kind of faded in really well. I was really, really chuffed. So yeah, I was really, really impressed. So you haven't even seen this. It wasn't even an idea. So at the beginning of March, I think it was, me and Mel Brown of Mel Brown's Crafting podcast decided to do, well, Mel was deciding to do it, I just totally jumped on her little bandwagon. She was going to cast on something new every day for 5 days. So 5 new projects, casting something new on every day. This was one of my first things that I cast on, and I did 4 other. I didn't get to do the 5th, excuse me, simply because when you cast on something new every day, I really enjoyed the process. I had 4 new things to work on. It was really, really good. But you cast on and you just get to the point where you're into it and you really want to carry on going, and then you have to put it all down for the day and then start on something completely new. And I really just wanted to go back and pick up the things that I'd done. So I only cast on 4 new things. So this jumper was one of them. Really, really happy with the yarn. You can probably see on camera, I can't remember which arm it is now. It shows up a lot more on camera than it does in real life. So this one, so you might be able to see there's a line somewhere where you can tell 2 different yarn colours. So I dyed them all in the same pot, but because they were bargain bin undyed skeins of yarn, I don't think they're the same base. They look very similar and they feel very similar, but I don't think they're the same. So I used 1 skein for the bottom of the body, I think, and 1 skein for the arms. Anyway, I didn't have enough. I only used 2 skeins of yarn. So I used, its fingering weight, it was I'm guessing about 400 meters per 100 grams. So I got away with just only using 2. I dyed 5. So I had 5 skeins of this yarn, but my logical thinking was, well, if I've got a jumper out of 2, if I can squeeze it out of 2, I'm not kidding. I think I had about 2 meters left of the blue yarn when I was finished. It was such a squeeze to get to just 2 skeins and then 1 full hand spun skein. But my reasoning was I can get another jumper out of this if I eke it out, and I just managed. I think the cuffs, this one is 1 row less than this one, but you can't tell. Yeah, again, so now I actually have a jumper for every day of the week. I've got 7 handmade, hand knitted jumpers that I've made. How cool is that? I was sat chatting to somebody the other day about my podcast and how I really wanted to get, I was getting annoyed that I couldn't sit down and I couldn't talk to you guys. And she was like, oh, why do you do it? What's the appeal? And I just originally the reason I wanted to do a podcast and talk to everybody was just to document the journey that I was taking. So I just really started getting into knitting and crochet and started to sew, and I found other people's podcasts, and I just dove head into this big crafty world, and I just made so many friends doing it. I found my people. I always say that I feel like I don't have anybody in my circle, in my little world, that knits, that craft. That's a lie, because I do have crafty friends. I sew with my friend Kirsty, and my sister-in-law, she is she practically taught me how to crochet when we all started crocheting together. So people around, but they didn't dive in as much as I did. I got into this fibery world that I'm sure if you're watching this, you are just like me. You just listened to me talk about my jumpers for the past, 20 minutes or whatever. Yeah, so that's originally why I started, because I just don't have anybody around me that understands the kind of passion that we have for it. So it's, yeah, I can't remember the point of why I think the point of my thing was to show the progress. And my very first vlog, which was 2 years ago now, is it 2.5 years ago? Yeah, you can say, I think I was making a cardigan for my friend Beth, and it was the first adult piece, like garment, that I'd made. I went really, really wrong. Really, really badly wrong. So many times, like so many mistakes. I wish my first garment wasn't for somebody else, because she still wears it now. She doesn't see all the flaws, but oh gosh, there's so many. Yeah, and I think I've got to this point where I can say I dyed my own wool, and then I spun my own wool, and I put them together and made myself a jumper, well, 3 jumpers, that I'm just really, really happy with. And it's nice to be able to look back and say, yeah, it's been a journey. People have shared it with me, and I'm carrying on enjoying the journey. I think I am one of these people that when we get into when I find something that I am actually passionate about, and it's not often, it's been really nice for especially David to say, it's really nice to see you passionate about something, because he's always had a hobby. Electronics is his hobby, and he loves them, and that's what he thinks about constantly, 24/7. He's thinking about electronics and design work, and that's what he likes to do. But he was saying to me, it's nice to see me finally have that passion about something, which is the crafts and the knitting and the spinning. And yeah, over these past couple of months, I've really had a little think about it. My yarn stash is running really quite low at the minute, but I like it. So I tend to have in the past bought all my yarn, most of my yarn, and fibre from yarn shows. But obviously with the whole, you know what I'm talking about, the panda mania that's going on. Yeah, there hasn't been any shows, and I am a tactile person. I like to be able to squish things. I like to be able to feel things before I buy them. I have bought a few things online, but it's just not the same. It's not the same. I like to save up, and I like to go, and I like to have a big spend. But obviously that's not happened for a whole year and more. So my stash has gone down, 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 down. And I've really been able to think about why it is that I don't know, I kind of jumped in. Do you know when there's a trend and you feel like you have to get on this trend, you have to jump on this bandwagon and hold on for dear life and just buy all these things? And I don't know, I just feel like when you look back on it, why did I buy all that things? Was it just because I was so immersed in a little bubbly world that I felt the need to do what everybody else was doing, which is just buy? That's not what everybody else is doing, but that's how I felt. I felt like I had to buy all these things. I had to get all these different indie indie dyed yarn, and I wanted it worldwide. I wanted all these things, and now, months down the line, I can finally look at it and go, I love the crafts and I love the enjoyment that I get out of it. I don't need to spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds on my hobby. I want to be able to use the things that I've got within my house and have a project for the things that I have. So at the minute, I am working again with like all the when I have millions of whips, I've realised it just doesn't work for me to have so many projects on the go. At the minute, I am working on 2 projects, which I will get around to showing you in a minute. Just gabbing. But yeah, sorry, that's proper waffle. I've got so much to show you. I really didn't need to have a rant about, not a rant, but you know, it's what I've been thinking about, so I'm sure you're interested. It's my progress, surely. The point of a knitting podcast is to show the progress, and it's just where my head has been at the minute. It's been nice to have a finished jumper and the shift and the just to say I made that from start to finish, and it's been nice. Progress has been made. It's enjoyable. Right, I'm going to show you another finished object because I've got like a stack of them, and I've even got some that I'm really not going to bother showing you. So last time I spoke to you, I was making some gloves, some scrappy gloves out of Advent. I finished those. Everything's been put away, you know, like all my winter stuff, all my scarves and my my big shawls and stuff. I've put them all away because yeah, it's winter, so they've gone. Winter, you know, spring's here. I really don't need my gloves and my big hats. So I made some gloves. I've made some hand spun hats, and I think I made another big cowl. It's all been put away. I'm not going to show you. I did, however, finish this. So this was the second project of my crazy cast on party that I had with Mel. This is the Honeycomb shawl by Mr. Stephen West, and it is one of the nicest things I have ever made. It is so nice. Okay, let me get what all the different yarns are. So I'll start with the colours. These are my leftovers. And what have we got here? Stranded Dye Works. Oh, it's such a mess. It's got my hair attached to it. I am gross. I'm going to tell you what this is. So this is Stranded Dye Works in Tabby, I think Tabby Orange. This is Hey Sister Yarn Co. in their 80-10-10 merino cashmere. It's really, really nice base, this one. And this is also Stranded Dye Works in Inappropriate Crush, Stranded Dye Works. And the plain colour is just an undyed yarn. Again, it was another one that I picked up from Yarndale. I don't know what I can say about this. It's the nicest shawl I think I've ever knit. It's super duper warm. It is definitely my new favourite. It's turned out massive, so I give it a good block, and it is, you can't see, it's longer than my arm span, so it's at least about 6 foot. It's really super warm. This is one of the most effective patterns I think I've ever knit. This is my first Stephen West pattern. I understand now why West knits are the best knits. Because they're just super easy. So it looks like this on one side, like the there's pearl stitches that raise up. It gives a beautiful texture, but then you can turn it around and it looks like this, and it's like super stripy. You get to like see all those wonderful colours, and you can wear it either way around. Absolutely love it. So I think the colours go lovely together. But as you can see, I've got lots of leftovers. Of the undyed, I used a full skein and a little bit of this one. I was thinking I might try and modify the pattern a little bit and do it in a cowl. So try and get the same kind of pattern, but as a cowl, and use the same colours and have a try at doing that. Or I could pick up another undyed yarn. Getting it the same colour is going to be hard, is my thing. I'm gonna if I get another undyed, I'm gonna have to get two. So that's my plan. I think I'm going to just use my stash, which is what I've just been talking about. I don't need to buy more. I just really enjoyed knitting it. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to keep these colours together and I'm going to try and do another one. But it's so nice. So nice. I'm super duper impressed with that one. So that is all the knitting. I'm totally lying, but I have got one more thing to show you, but I'm going to show you a little bit later while I'm going to talk about spinning, because I have been addicted to spinning at the minute. Last time I spoke to you guys, I was in the middle of spinning with my inspirational crane bird. I think they're called a crowned crane. I'll see if I can pop another little picture of my majestic bird, because I've been talking about this dude for a long time. So last time I spoke to you guys, I think I had this and I had this, I think. Oh, I don't know. I've got 5 of them now. So look at this. See if I can get them all so you can see. So these are my 5 colours of my crowned crane. They are all on Corriedale that I picked up from the World of Wool, and they have been spun as a 2-ply on my electric eel wheel nano. Really enjoyable. Now it's super bouncy, this base, like you can give it a real good squidge. But yeah, I'm so excited, guys. So here is my next colourwork jumper. I was thinking, so I've been wanting to cast on something with these for a while now, but I thought I cannot show you another jumper on this particular episode. I'll save them. I'll show you the spinning that I've been doing, and I'll be able to cast on now that I've shown you guys. I feel like I can cast on. So I was thinking of just a striped jumper. Just stripes. I think I might take the numbers from the Sweater Brew Tin Can Knits Sweater Brew. It's not called that, is it? The Strange Brew. Strange Brew book by Tin Can Knits. I had to do a yoked jumper, so I might take the numbers from that and just do stripes. I think Andrea Mowry has just brought out, or maybe a while ago, I don't know. I have been avoiding Ravelry for a long time, in solidarity of the people that are affected by Ravelry not changing their things. So I haven't been on there much. I have been going onto Instagram a lot more to try and get pattern ideas. Yeah, so I haven't been super searching, but I had a little type into the search engine for a striped jumper, and Andrea Mowry's came up. So I might, but I already have the Strange Brew book. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm trying to save a little bit of money. So James has gone to school now, and I am due back to work. Well, actually, I was due back to work in April. But my work has gone into a consultation period, and they might actually be closing. So I've extended my leave until June, which is the end of the consultation, and we'll see if I have a job to return to. So we'll see. So I'm just conserving a little bit of money for a while, not really buying anything more. So just using what I have. So and that includes pattern buying, because every little helps. I could do a pattern for myself. Anyway, I haven't, you can tell I've thought about it, but not really. I'm going to spend some time with these beautiful spins this week and get myself another jumper cast on. I might go cardigan. I really need a cardigan. I'm having a little think. But, so like I said, I have 3 skeins of this blue yarn, and I have 2 skeins of mohair that match this colour. So I was thinking I might have put them together, and that might be my cardigan, so this can be a stripy jumper. So many plans, but that's lots of spinning that I was doing. So once I finished all this, I then had, so I won a a giveaway from Felicity Yarn Studio. I got these beautiful little minis and a stitch marker and some really nice goodies. I got a full braid of Slothy Creations in their cowboy colourway, Rambouillet, to spin. And I spun it and I made myself some socks. I cannot explain how fast I did all of this. Not how fast, because I didn't do it any faster than anybody else would. It's just that I really, really enjoyed it. So that's what I spent my free time doing. These socks are definitely, oh, they are covered in hair. Oh my goodness. I am molting. They're definitely sisters and not twins, but they're hand spun. I managed to spin yarn and then make socks out of it. So this was the first time I'd ever done a traditional 3-ply. It worked out really, really nicely, and I still have some left. So in my Mrs. Brown's bag I have some more. So this is the rest of the ball that I have left of the hand spun, and I didn't really think it's enough to get 2 socks out of. I didn't really want to waste any, so what I've done is I've cast on my usual 64 stitches, the 2.25 needle, and I'm just going to knit a giant tube, and then hopefully it should be long enough that I'll be able to put in some toes and some cuffs on either side and do an afterthought heel. And I'm thinking maybe one of these might be the, oh, I don't know actually. Oh, I really like these all together. I might have some upstairs that have got a nice contrast to go with. So yeah, a pair of socks and another one on its way. It's very pleasant just knitting round and round on a tube. It's the kind of mindless knitting that I've been enjoying at the minute. I've really enjoyed listening to audiobooks and spinning. That has been what I've really enjoyed, I think, for about 2 or 3 weeks now. Just every single night, that's what I've been doing. The kids have gone to bed. David's doing whatever David's doing on the computer, loving his electronics, and I'm spinning away. So I've also been spinning. I'm going to show you what's in here. What have I got? So on my actual wheel at the minute, I have been knitting. I've been spinning this super duper ultra fine merino from Hilltop Cloud. This was the first colour that I did. So this is marzipan. I think this is called honey, and they go together. And then I've got 2 more, let me get them out. So I've got 2 more. This is Marrakesh and cocoa. So, and this is what I've enjoyed doing at the minute. This is definitely the softest fibre I've ever spun. I spun this last year at the Tour de Fleece as part of Hilltop Cloud, Cloud's team. I took part in her little online swap. All these colours, there was 12 of them. The original swap was you bought 2 and you got a surprise of 2, and they all went together. And then after it all finished, she had a big sale on all the colours, and I chose 50 grams of each colour in the hopes that when they've all spun, I am going to make a really nice big not circular shawl, like a semicircle shawl, because I've realised that's my favourite shape. So the Stephen West one that I've done, absolutely love it. I think it comes down quite low and it's brilliant. It's going to be amazing when it's really, really cold. But as an everyday scarf, I think I'm going to use these 4 colours because it's just so nice. And on my bobbin, so this is what I've been spinning on. This is the Electric Eel Wheel Nano. These bobbins can hold about 40 to 50 grams each. But like I say, I've been doing a traditional 3-ply for both, so I've split my fibre into 3. As you can see, there's a tiny bit of the marzipan that I've got left on this bobbin, so but I only had it left on 1, so that was really quite lucky. And I think at the end, if I've got any leftovers from all of the colours, I'm going to apply them together, see what that looks like. It might be quite fun. But yes, super soft. I've just been really enjoying spinning. I've really enjoyed the 3-ply. I think it's turned out just wonderful. It's just lovely. I'm so impressed with it. But so going on to projects, they're my future plans. I've got a hand spun jumper, cardigan, stripy top. That's what I want to do. I want to do a semicircle shawl for myself out of this lovely soft merino. But then I'm just starting to think more future-y things as well. So what I'd like to do, I couldn't help myself and I ordered more Hilltop Cloud. So a little acquisition to show you. After all my, I'm saving money, but I couldn't help myself with this. Absolute stunning braid. This is Southdown. So I've never spun Southdown before. It's definitely, when you're holding this and compared to this is very, very bouncy, not as soft. It's a little bit coarser, but this is just, you can't compare them. But this feels like it's going to be an absolute dream to spin. I think I'm going to try and get some more socks. So I've really, really enjoyed the hand spun socks, and Katie of Hilltop Cloud has advertised that this would be really good for socks, and it's a repeatable colourway, so I'm going to try my very best to try and spin it all in order, doing a traditional 3-ply, and get some nice, hopefully they should stripe, right? I think. I don't know. I'm going to give it my best because I really, really enjoyed doing the Rambouillet socks. So I'm going to try some Southdown socks. Katie of Hilltop Cloud. I enjoy that a lot. Okay, I realise I have been talking for a very long time. I actually have more to show you. I have been, as well as doing knitting and spinning, I've also been doing some crochet, I've been doing some sewing, and I've also been doing some hand English paper piecing sewing. I am going to stop today's episode here because I think it's gone on long enough. I've got time now. I can record again next week if I want. I could record again tomorrow if I wanted. So I can tell you all about the other projects that I've been doing, but I think we've done enough for today. It has been so nice being able to sit here and catch up with you guys. I love that, you know, that we're all here. I love that you are here in my life because I have actually made some really nice friends on here. and I could always do with more. So leave a comment down below. Tell me anything. Have you enjoyed what you've watched? Do you want to just be mates? We can hang out soon. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, do give a thumbs up because it always helps with the interaction. Subscribe if you would like, and thank you so much for joining me today, guys. It has been so much fun, and yeah, enjoy your crafting. I'll see you again soon. Bye.